What up YouTube, Big Red here and welcome to another video. So today in this video we'll be painting a red Hyundai. New front door, blend rear door, blend front guard. I'm just spraying prep sol on a clean rag. I'll be wiping on and wiping off with a second rag. This just cleans the panels down, makes sure we remove any contaminants. Just making sure that tape's not stuck to the edge there. Just got to be careful with the tape on the edges of your panels. Sometimes they come forward and they get stuck on the edge, and then once you finish painting you peel the tape away, you've left a bit of a sharp edge where the tape's folded over the panel. Bit of tack rag in there as well, making sure to get all the dirt and dust off everything. Just applying the wet on wet, or sealer as it's called in other places like America. That's 2 turns out on the fluid there, and I don't have a gauge on that gun, so I just do it by ear and I just watch the material and see how it goes on. So we're spraying with the Starter Jet 5000 WSB. As you can see there, it's the colour details for this colour. Making sure the lid's popped. It's 2 turns out, and we're spraying about 1.3 to 1.4 bar. And you notice too with these reds, they don't cover very well. On some angles in the video footage there you can see where the wet on wet edge still shows through the paint. It's very important that you check to make sure that you can't see your wet on wet edge through before you clear it. Otherwise you can make it very costly having to repaint the job. So something you definitely don't want to do. As usual, I just start off with a double coat at first, just to try and gain coverage, or as much coverage as possible, without overloading the panels with paint. It's important to keep the gun even, keep it a nice distance from the panel at all times, and a lot of people forget, but it's important to keep your gun square to the panel as well. Otherwise you may spray top heavy or bottom heavy, causing streaking and uneven coverage in the paintwork, and on some colours that can be very difficult to fix. Not to mention it will take a lot longer to paint the job, and you'll use a lot more material having to fix the job. So just a little bit of footage where I'm drying the panel down. It's blowing air across the panel, drawing the water out of the paint. You don't really want to add heat, well, not direct heat really, to these panels or blow directly onto the paint, because you end up skinning off the top and it stays wet underneath, which will cause issues later on down the track. As you can see there, now the paint's drying, you can see where that wet on wet or sealer edge is under the paint. Quite bright. There it is, right there. That's alright. Just dry it off, tack rake it down, and we'll keep applying more coats until we are covered. It's just important, especially with these colours that are very transparent, to put the same amount of coats on every panel. So if there's 10 coats on this blend door, for example, there's got to be 10 coats on the new front door and 10 coats on the fender. By doing that, you ensure everything starts the same and finishes the same, so therefore in theory, unless you've done something dramatically different, the front door should match up to the adjacent panels when it's all put back together. So I've left the rest of the footage for that one out because it was a very long video, being such a transparent colour. So we're 1 1/4 turns out on the fluid tip now. Pressure's down to about 1 bar, 1.1 bar. And we're just doing a bit of a drop coat or a technique coat, just to even it all out, make sure it's covered, get rid of any mottliness. I mean, reds and blues and that like these, they don't really need the technique coat. I just do it because I do it on everything. It's just a system that's always works for me, and I just keep doing it. As soon as something doesn't work, you got to look at, have I done something different? Have I changed the way I do something? And 9 times out of 10, especially if you're a consistent painter, if something's gone wrong, you can usually point out exactly what happened. It's because generally you've changed the way you've done something. So we're going to spray it about 2.1, 2.2 bar using the Starter Jet 5000 RP 1.2. We've got the LVC 104 EnviroFlow Clear. It's 3:1 ratio. I think it's 3:1 from 0.5 to 1. So 3:1 to 1 basically is the thinnest that PPG recommend. This one I just used fast reducer, seeing as it was the first job of the day when I painted this one, and we had to get it in, get it out, and get the rest of the jobs in, get them out too. So seeing as it's pretty much all just single panel work as well, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, with this LVC 104 clear, it's one hardener. There's no fast hardener, slow hardener, or anything like that. It's just the clear, the hardener, and then the reducer or thinners is what controls it. So you've got accelerated, fast, medium, slow, extra slow. On the bigger jobs, you try to slow it down a bit, but generally when you're doing single panel work like this, fast, accelerated, works quite well. Holds its gloss, doesn't sink back. Goes on nice and wet. And it still manages to melt back into itself quite nicely. There's been a couple of times where I've had a panel and I've tried to just make it with the last bit of clear that I've had left, and it didn't quite make it, so I had to run out and mix up a little bit more and continue on from where I left off. And yeah, it didn't really leave any dry spray behind. It just melted in on itself quite nicely and continued on, and you would have never have known any different. Overall, good product, I feel. Easy to use. But yeah, that's about it for this one really. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, like it. If you haven't, give me a thumbs down for it. Subscribe, tell your friends, leave some comments and let me know what you thought. As far as painting goes, I enjoy doing it. So as long as you guys enjoy watching it, I'll keep showing you. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope to catch you on the next one.